I'm fine with doing
I want to
narration.
be Jerry. I want to be Jerry.
You want to be Jerry? Okay.
Yes,
I can
I
be.
have
Are we doing the Seinfeld one?
Yeah. All right. If you want to do Jerry, I can do the other ones because Jerry seems to be the main character in this.
Okay, there's just a part in Jerry's that makes me laugh really hard. So I have to.
Okay. All right. So in this one, Egg will be Jerry, and I'll be everybody else.
All right.
Okay, hello stream. I got a
Hi, stream.
notification on my phone.
Oh, are we on the stream?
Oh yeah, we're on stream.
Hi stream.
Alright, hold
We're
on.
reading
I'm gonna-
Seinfeld episode 1.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna have it in the chat.
All right.
All right. All
So
right,
this
chat.
is Seinfeld Season 0, Episode 1, as written by Botnik Studios.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay,
Inside the Comedy Club.
Hold on.
Okay.
We have John on narration. We have Egg on the character of Jerry, and then me, Max. I'm gonna be on everybody else.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Go ahead, John.
Inside the Comedy Club.
What's the problem with the minimalism? You know, if you enjoy being around alcoholics, I'm gonna go ahead and never return that dog.
Inside Jerry's apartment during the day. Jerry and Elaine are carrying leaves in their hands. He tries to grab a door, and she imitates the door.
Well, the elevator opens and wrong side of the door. I thought maybe the door is not waiting, but it said going down, and Kramer couldn't help me move it. I just wanted to get out of it. Just get out.
He slams his hand on the door. Kramer enters, dancing with garbage.
Hey, hey, hey! Great idea for a big sponge. Make it so large you think it's got a fat clock in the middle.
Takes off bones. Kramer, do you have a fun flashback to do?
Inside Monk's Cafe during the day. George is wearing a $20 hat that says "Hello to Horse."
I'm kind of like the captain of hygiene.
Mind the fish, George. Elaine, say something to George. Look for something wrong with him.
Right now, I want to find someone who doesn't believe George is back from the bathroom.
George
Elaine is-
takes the garbage and moves back.
Elaine is exhausting, but I'll bet 3 days of straight fear. I'm not bitter.
Me.
First dog to get George will be my friend.
George walks at her
doing?
seriously.
Alright, hold on just a second.
Okay.
Alright, hold on. I'll
What is
be right
going
back.
on?
My cousin is being
Oh my
fucking
god.
insane person.
What is going?
Either my cousin is being insane or I'm about to die, so... What are you doing?
Smell hail.
Smell hail.
Smell hail.
H-A-I-L? What kind of hail are you looking for? What are you talking
The
about?
verb hail.
Hail?
Hail.
H-A-I-L.
Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you guys are enjoying this short intermission.
Same way, maybe? I don't know.
This is a time when you can go to the
okay?
restroom
What is
and
wrong with you?
maybe get a drink of water, maybe some tea, and a
Look
snack
it up.
if needed. Everyone.
What? Are you okay?
In the comments, debate how to spell hail.
Hold on, let me hold up some music.
H-A-I-L, I don't know.
Jesus Christ, is Max back yet?
No.
Oh, cool.
I don't think so. I think it's spelled the same way for both. I don't. Hold on.
Jesus Christ, what's the question?
How do you spell hail?
It's the same way for both, right?
For what? For both
Yeah,
For
what?
hail, for the verb and for the like ice things.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
H-A-I-L.
It's the same way. It's hail like the German word like Hail Hitler.
Okay, that can be
Yeah.
okay, that could be spelled two ways actually. Just saying.
Okay, in the comments, debate intensively. Be sure to be angry as heck.
As heck.
Be angry.
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 When's Max
You guys
getting
have
back?
to yell at each other. Lots of exclamation points will be appreciated in capital letters.
Let me know when you want to have dinner. Okay.
Hi, you
Is he
back?
back now?
Yeah, you back yet?
Are you back?
All right, I'm back.
Are you back for
Welcome
realsies?
back.
Yeah. That was interesting. Where were we?
Okay, so where were we?
Yeah, I know where we are. George walks at her seriously.
I'll pay attention to George when he talks louder. He never says anything wrong, but his intellect is dying with him.
Wow. George walks back to George's parents. Inside Jerry's apartment at night, Kramer enters quickly, sliding around the floor on his knees. Jerry is watching TV. Jerry notices something in the refrigerator while watching TV. Elaine smoking at the crowd.
Hey, I'm thinking, Jerry. I'm really sweating, Jerry. Jerry, I have a woman coming, and he doesn't mean, you know?
Jerry relaxiously, handily talking. What?
Well, well the couch. Well, the couch is not going to be watched by me, you know. I've got Nick tickets this Wednesday, and George getting soup on the road.
Snacks are piled high in the guest room. Jerry spots them and takes a photograph.
Bless you.
Bless you. Kramer in a cynical voice.
Jerry, can you be a big salad and give me a meal?
Oh no, dear God. George enters acting very strange. He picks up the remote control and tries to run with it. You know, that's strangely the least strange thing that's happened so far.
You're not wrong.
Hey George, what's wrong with you?
Oh, Jerry, just sit there and try to hear my machine. Jerry, I really have a hot dog in there, and I'm not gonna lie to it.
Yeah, we wouldn't want you lying to that
No,
hot
we're
dog.
not lying to the hot dog.
What's the difference? You become a legend. I got a big picnic.
George, Elaine, and Jerry lean back and forth. Elaine, laughing hypocritically, sports a couple of muscle relaxers. Jerry looks at the psychic's apartment, the phone, and George. Helen walks toward Elaine, and George is a double look at the bathroom. George is touching the cowbanes. Kramer is barely laughing. Elaine, making the newspaper. Jerry looks at Jerry. Jerry unlocks the hot ends. He like it. Jerry is not heard with his fingers. Jerry walks out of the blade with a music pause. In the comedy club.
Hold on. No. God, no. God, no. You should get out of here right now. You're a real turkey club without any crackers, aren't you? What's the deal with these ping pong guy? He mumbles something like, yeah, no, go. You never been called an egg, but you could do it.
What? Roll credits.
I have
Roll
been
credits.
called an egg, though.
You have been called an egg.
I am.
That was made using the predictive algorithm. I think it went
Should
pretty
we-
well. That was actually probably
This
the...
is a script.
Yeah, this is a script,
this is a
Episode-
script.
Episode 1.
It's probably the
Yes.
least funny out of the ones that we've read so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
There's some that are scripts and some that are stories.
You want to do the X-Files one?
Yes,
Sure.
All right, I'm putting it in the thing.
thank you. Okay, who's who? I want to be Scully because I'm gay.
Okay. I can be Mueller if you want to be the narrator again, John.
Sure. Did you link to it? Yes, you did.
I did.
Alrighty.
And this is good because there's only Mueller and Scully talking, apparently.
Okay, so there's 2 people. Cool.
There we go.
Alright. The X-Files, Season 0, Episode 1, Coveralls, by Botnik. And I guess Red is my dad now.
Yep.
Outside the museum garage at nightfall, a man wearing rubber gloves and office trash, leaning against a large
There's so
blue
much trash
environment.
in there.
I mean, I guess he's just leaning against the entire environment. Alien baby begins screaming. Cut to inside the door room.
The door.
The door room. The phone
Doors in it.
The phone rings through the computer. Mulder nods at the computer. Door slides open. Mulder nods at the door. Scully sighs into the office. Mulder points to Scully. He nods at Scully.
The old woman that just got off the phone with me is a ghost. And I'm guessing that's an X-File.
Look, Agent, that is science, believe it or not.
Don't you think that God is the best?
That's the only thing I've heard.
Mulder nods and crawls outside into a car. Inside Scully's knife office,
Nice.
Mulder enters, followed by a cop. The cop looks at Scully. The cop is Scully. Scully, wearing a potato, knocks Mulder slightly on the bottom. Ugh.
Would you say this case involves some sort of phenomenon?
Just a weatherman, Mulder. No one who we should talk about.
I'm not clairvoyant, Scully. My sister disappeared down the drain, so just another 40 years of general mean facts.
Wow. Mulder and Scully violently laugh at a frame. The frame splits down the middle to reveal a diagram. The diagram is a picture of Scully looking terrified.
Let's go to the hospital.
Naturally. Rainbow cut to Scully lying motionless in her car.
Smoke, Mulder. Smoke and speak. Speak of what happened here, and ignore the obvious while simultaneously smoking.
Scully turns around and attacks a man wearing blue coveralls. He is very upset.
Convince me that the government kidnapped you.
Mulder gets out of the water cooler. What? Why was he in there?
When did he get in it?
That's the X-File. Mulder gets out of the water cooler. Scully sighs and starts to write on his face. Mulder looks up.
It's just what we feared.
Oh, wait, that's you.
It's just what we feared. The government did this.
Mulder turns and crawls out through the window. Scully sighs and hangs a small bag of goo over a wine glass. It beeps twice.
Which thing? The bag of goo or the wine glass?
Both? So outside the forest, out of doors,
Outside.
the alien smashes a passenger.
It's outside, and the scene is set in a forest that is out of doors.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it's like there was
Absolutely.
that room of doors.
Yeah.
There's this place. There's no doors here, so it's terrifying.
Alright, go ahead.
The alien smashes a passenger's face. Elevator dings open.
Ding.
Inside the Pueblo cavern, a shadowy figure undresses Mulder with its lights for eyes.
Okay, I would like to pause for a moment and tell you that people keep calling Lyric Daddy.
They do that.
You know what?
They tend to do that.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
But that's all I have to say. Okay,
Alright, go ahead.
let's get a picture of it.
They get into their camera and it breaks.
We're gonna be arrested.
All right, can we pause? Can we do like a live action of this, please?
Oh my god, that would be so
Oh
funny.
my god, that would be so good.
Oh.
Suddenly, Mulder clears his throat uncomfortably and looks at his father, who has a small smile and a large blood-soaked wound. Oh no.
You're gonna listen to me, sir. I need you to take us to the hospital for a while.
Haloperidol is a lethal poison. You can see through the window. Can you tell, Mulder, that I think it's beautiful?
I'm not Mulder. I am actually two agents parked outside the office.
Okay. Then you... Hold on. Okay, then you understand how serious this is.
Inside the cigarette house, Mulder enters with a newspaper man. They begin blaring music and sounds of mooing.
Moo.
New Hampshire is a lie.
Hold on. Mulder, those files from Betsy's apartment filled my car. Cut back on the radio signal.
Relax. It's not like it's a bad piece of sushi.
But we already contacted everyone at the fake people.
We already contacted everyone at the zoo, and they were fake people.
Mulder nods and crawls through an old orchard. Then Mulder opens up to a man in the bar. Ooh.
No, I never thought I'd like a human flesh.
Oh jeez, that's not
But
where I
I
thought that
do.
was going.
I do. And if you think it's ridiculous, I think you're mistaken.
Oh my god. oh, gameplay Mad Bros. Hold on.
What?
The whimpers are from my dog that's in heat.
Oh my.
Just calm down. There's nothing to worry about.
Alright. Please continue.
Inside dark car, Jimmy's apartment.
So inside a dark car, inside Jimmy's apartment. So,
Presumably, yes. Helicopters are rapidly approaching the car, which is in the
In
apartment.
the apartment.
yeah.
Scully gets out and pushes a man in black. Mulder looks back at the chimp from the window.
Oh no.
Stay alive and I'll prove it's not a hoax. Monkeys do have vestigial tails.
Your theories are for the fish. The cause of death was a spaceship, Mulder. Spaceship man's body is obviously all over the entire museum grounds.
It's a conspiracy! If pizza was the problem, literally anyone eating chickens would need a complete autopsy.
God.
Mulder, that's not true. Your father and mother killed all those people with immunodeficiencies. It was a normal idea to a prisoner.
Don't you say that. I was kidding about the X-File. Leave me with your husband.
Oh.
Okay. I have to get back to my scientific achievements anyway.
Mulder looks like a hearse.
The medical
Wait.
records indicate I do crime now.
Outside the mountains scene. So it's a scene outside a mountain. Okay.
Yep.
Mulder is sitting in a trance. Scully enters the house carrying the scene. Impressive.
Mulder, what is fiction?
Think about it, Scully. What are we but an animal living inside the body of a
Oh
Mulder?
god. Mulder nods at a picture of his chest.
You're saying that you happened to get the tattoo on your knees in a parking garage? I mean, it's a dead cow. Why do you want that?
Men are infected with an emptiness. You know that.
Okay, my dog should stop whining now. Speaking of your esophagus, you know what I learned from down the street? You're lying about the boy you got the waterbed from. He's not a botanist, and he fed his fish this morning.
Nice. Inside the office of General Francis. At the computer, alien doctors are looking for a moment of tense silence. Captain Toby is completely cool and confident now. He turns around to the window. Cut to black. To be continued.
Oh man, what a cliffhanger.
No, Tin Fedora, this is from an AI bot called Botnik. It's not autocorrect.
Yeah, no, it's. Oh my god, it's fantastic.
Is
This
there a...
honestly the best thing ever.
It is the best thing ever. Is there more?
I actually have tears. in my eye.
I can read for you guys the true Wikipedia page on Mario.
Can we trade off paragraphs?
Sure.
Because we all have to
Oh, here it
read.
is.
This is what the stream is for.
Wait, there's a Seinfeld episode too.
There
yeah,
is,
there
yeah.
is.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
was scared.
link something that we're gonna read so I can get to it.
Here.
Oh yeah, we're doing
Yeah,
this is the
we're
Mario
doing the
one.
Mario one.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. Okay, who starts?
Max can start and then I'll go.
Okay. Alright, this article is about the fictional video game character for the platforming game series.
I think that's the same. I don't think there's
Mario.
anything there.
I agree. Okay, so Mario is a fictional jerk. He is a
Wow.
Norwegian carpenter who mistreats women. Blue overalls with yellow buttons are the classic outfit of Mario. Super Darkness is purchasable with the gold coins Mario collects.
Wow. After multiple kidnappings, Mario vandalizes and pollutes the entire island using a magic paintbrush. The facial expressions of Luigi across her Hollywood face reveal a deep disapproval. Mario eventually confronts Luigi and Power Troopas into him. Both of them die.
After life is restored in multiple battles against each other, Mario and Luigi time ride several leagues into outer space, where a heated argument is all that awaits. This transforms Luigi and Mario. An idea grows. Superstar Baseball, starring protagonist Mario.
Superstar Baseball is Mario's baby. Mario will appear shirtless in the game, center stage. In the game, Golden Boy Mario has a major role and plays on a team of all super authorities.
The game causes Mario to grow larger evil in him. Miyamoto confirmed that if he had to rescue his creation, he would be upset.
Mr. Mushroom Lunch is the most successful Mario anti-hero in franchise history. He is considered to be the most popular video game character in history. The girlfriend of Mr. Mushroom Lunch was previously a Mario girlfriend.
Dang.
Great.
Dang, Mr. Mushroom Lunch. Picking
Should we
up
read some
Mario's
of the other ones that we had read before we got on the stream?
Yeah, sure we can.
Okay.
What was the one that
Oh,
we
we read the Fire and Fury.
Yeah, we read
Oh.
we read the Trump one. Didn't we read one more too?
Yeah, we read the
Oh yeah, the Scrubs.
yeah, the Scrubs.
Okay, so that we can just get those opened up.
And I also now have a next one for us. I have an Arrested Development script.
Okay, so
Okay.
what are we reading first?
Wanna do the Fire and Fury?
Yeah, let's do Fire and Fury again.
Okay.
So
Hopefully we
this
can
is-
read this more professionally this time.
So anybody here who doesn't know what Fire and Fury is, it's a book written about the Trump White House. And this particular version, this is a chapter from it that was co-authored by a artificial intelligence.
Or it's just the book. We're not completely
Or it's just
sure.
the book, yeah. We haven't actually read the book, so we're not sure, but it might be.
I wouldn't doubt it. Okay,
Yeah.
who starts?
John?
Yeah, sure, I'll start.
Let's just all just chat off paragraphs.
Do you want to do that? Actually, let's not do
You
that
wanna
quote
do the
thing.
quote?
No,
Yeah,
let's
The
not.
whole thing didn't really work.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't.
So, Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House, by Botnik Studios. Chapter 10, Beef and a Chief. Trump's first 100 days of being president were a toasted grilled vegetable medley of ketchup and indignation.
Everybody around Trump had made an oath to use some of their fatted sandwiches and tomato slices to make his life a romantic time. Whenever Trump wanted, he would command beef and chief in his bathrobe, and his staff would have to get him a little bit of meat.
Trump believed that power was grown by combining the new dipping sauces to make them crazy and cool, said one senior white working class womanizer with ketchup in his eye. He'd like to point out that he was officially the president of being poisoned by all the remarkable kinds of cheese in the world.
On Trump's first week in office, he would spend $500,000 to purchase a slice of ham that Fox News said would never. Wait, sorry. He would spend $500,000 to purchase a slice of ham that Fox News said would give him the power to make a friend.
As the Russia investigators seemed to be a problem for Donald, he told Priebus to get 50 more chocolatey chipped cookies, shaped like the White House, to try to create confusion over which was the one with the president in it.
The investigators had little information on Trump's own emails, because for 30 years as an alpha male, Trump used a slice of mozzarella cheese as a simple computer.
Damn, Trump. Mueller is terrible on me. I have great respect for our new dipping sauces, and liberals just want to steal my steakhouse secrets, Trump said to a single beef patty hamburger smothered in a white cheddar melt. It is normal to do things with drinks that fall under the auspices of mischief situations, he said to the hamburger.
Wait, am I after lyric?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. The next morning, Trump was hungry for an extra pickle slice and didn't remember how to get it. By then, his own reality distortions had taken over, and not just for eating the pizza.
Trump ordered a year's worth of Buffalo Ranch flatbread, and then invited Hannity to watch him piss on them. Trump's piss looked like mystical cheese, and he seemed to understand that this was not necessarily a nice thing.
Hannity was smiling broadly when he arrived, but then found out he was going to be the Buffalo Ranch flatbread. The more you think about that.
Oh my god. Alright, you have to say this one without laughing, Egg.
Okay. Jared Kushner was terrible at being Jared Kushner. At one point, he thought Arby's was called Garsage's House of Pasta Fries. By law, Eric Trump was sworn to say, "I don't know what is going on with the fish fingers or chocolate mint breast fillet, but I love what they do with my shit." Thank you.
Once Steve Bannon was campaigning CEO, Donald would lay down tomato slices and ground beef on the floor of Trump Tower, and Bannon would be chiefly responsible for having to roll him into a burrito.
God. Indeed, Bannon understood what others did not. Everybody in the world is full of bad feelings, and Trump was the only one that would serve Frozen's Fanta sour hamburgers to their worries.
Bannon told Trump that he had acquired a small soft tortilla that would satisfy everybody in the West Wing. From then on, Trump's obsessions with pancakes took over his speeches, and he grew so boring that his supporters would bring maple-flavored chicken fajitas to his rallies.
Then, in early November, James Comey said, "One of Hillary Clinton's restaurants in 1972 could have been a front for selling hot dogs to the press, but we have no facts." So,
So,
Okay,
they say.
so
Let's do a
now
new
we're
one.
doing Scrubs? No.
Let's do a new one for now.
Let's do here, I'll give you guys the Arrested Development one, and then we can go back and do Scrubs.
Well, no, I don't necessarily want to do Scrubs. But,
Well, no, I think we should do Scrubs because it was hilarious.
yeah.
But let's do the Arrested Development one first.
Okay,
But
I've
which
never
one
seen
was?
Arrested Development.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I put it in the chat.
Too.
Okay, I believe you.
Because it looks like there are way too many characters.
There appear to be a lot of characters.
Oh my. Alright,
Okay. Lyric can be narrator because that's what he's good at.
thanks.
You can be narrator and stage direction.
And Max can be whoever talks first, and I'll be talks next, and we'll figure it out by that.
Alright, we'll figure it out.
Previously on Arrested Development, George Sr. turned out to be two twin girls with no parents.
No cop can see how wonderful we are. Oh God, Lucille, where are you? We want to hear you yell at your feet one more time.
Gob and Michael finally... Gob? Why is his name in all caps?
I don't know.
Gob and Michael finally met the attic wolf woman.
You look surprised. You should have seen me when I was covered with club sauce, my dear.
And George Michael watched the family yacht disappear into an ominous fog.
I was just about to drop some stank on that plane. Oh no. I think I might be weird.
You don't say, George Michael.
Opening theme.
Alright, inside the model home, the Bluth family is chewing sand.
Underline.
The Bluth family gathered together for their first day back in the model home after Michael had rebuilt it exclusively with family miscommunication.
Michael,
Oh.
I need a facing me, and it is going to need all the ice you have.
You do realize that prison is bad, right? That's the place where mean Jarvis lives.
Oh, Michael, you really need to do intercourse with a wife again.
Wait, what? No.
Oh, Michael.
The family had gathered to watch Gob cry. Oh, sorry. The family had gathered to watch Gob crying on TV, but ended up fighting about Buster's enormous plaster model of himself as a chicken. Inside
I bet Gob
the
is his initials.
maybe inside high school theater earlier that day.
My wife and I finally had the thrill of seeing. Yay!
To a teenager, socially conscious, single, and colorblind. Who wouldn't want to marry me for a while?
My real parents are buried in Boston.
Inside the model home once again, George Michael stumbles out of the religion room covered in jewels.
I think I may have done something wrong.
Michael was still trying to build a house that would care about his son, so he didn't have to. Gene Parmesan emits feedback as he unfolds from the drawer. What?
Parmesan, you're so.
Did he fold into
Unfold from the drawer.
Scream! He said as he unfolded himself because he's a freaking shirt. Gene Parmesan screeches and turns into a Jesus painting with the caption, "God is a Bluth." Wow. Buster begins dancing in front of the painting, praying with his body.
I don't know.
You can go ahead and be Buster.
Okay. My girlfriend mother is my father's juicer. Oh god, I understand chairs now.
I'm laughing, but I actually just feel terrible.
That's me in a nutshell all the time. Cut to Anne in prison, groaning as she deadlifts another inmate. Damn, Anne. Anne's freaking ripped. Cut back to the model home. I like to think they were in the model home. It cuts to Anne in prison just to show her lifting another inmate, and then goes back to the model home immediately. George Sr. sinks into the mirror.
You know, kids, God is gonna betray you tonight. God, why?
Michael throws hot noodles at the piano. George Sr. is... Michael throws hot noodles at the piano George Sr. is hiding under. George Sr. makes bird noises, then blows up, ruining Tobias's dessert.
Maybe your daddy's pregnant with adventure. Now who wants to go to the hospital?
What? Michael remembers the stair car and smiles. On the next Arrested development, Maybe finds someone else interested in kissing therapists.
Wow, you were so easy to talk to.
As Steve Holt Jr. You know it, girl.
Lindsay becomes a housekeeper to get free soap.
Am I just all the girls at this point?
Apparently.
Sure.
This is the perfect opportunity to seduce that divorced horse.
Oh God. And Oscar finally learns where the Bluth family hid his face. Oscar chases an ostrich who is disguised as George Sr. and George Sr. who is disguised as an ostrich.
Okay, I would like to mention something. Someone said they don't usually watch the streams, but they're laughing a lot.
Yeah, that's
not who it
pretty
was.
stupid.
Oh yeah, Derp Alpha Santa Gareth. Shout out to you.
I'm glad you
You,
like it.
Do you guys want to do the Harry Potter one?
No,
We could, but
I don't know anything about Harry Potter.
I don't think you have to. That's the
Yeah, you
video we
don't, yeah.
watched.
But because
know.
I
I guess if you really want to.
feel
Yeah,
like we should, because it's
we
quite
actually, we actually are doing this because we watched a video from Soot House and we saw this site and it's golden.
funny. It seriously is. All right, Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Here, I can start for you.
Oh wait, where
Okay.
is it? Oh god.
Okay,
don't
I
know
can
where
link it to you guys.
Please link it. I don't know where anything is.
There you go.
I have to be a part of this. I'm in this stream too. I'm known as Max's girlfriend.
Exactly. That's right. Don't you forget it.
I'm also Egg, but mainly Max's girlfriend. And who starts?
All right, I'll start. You guys will.
Do you want to read the title?
Yeah. All right. We're gonna be reading excerpts from the book Harry Potter and the Portrait of What Looked Like a Large Pile of Ash. Chapter 13, The Handsome One. The castle grounds snarled with a wave of magically magnified wind. The sky outside was a great black ceiling, which was full of blood. The only sounds drifting from Hagrid's hut were the disdainful shrieks of his own furniture. Magic. It was something that Harry Potter thought was very good.
Very, very good indeed. I thought it was very good.
Wait, who next?
Alright.
I'll read next. Leathery sheets of rain lashed at Harry's ghost as he walked across the grounds towards the castle. Wait, so is Harry dead at this point?
I don't know.
Ron was standing there and doing a kind of frenzied tap dance. He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family.
Ron's Ron shirt was just as bad as Ron himself.
If you two can't clump happily, I'm gonna get aggressive. Confessed the reasonable Hermione.
What about Ron magic? Offered Ron. To Harry, Ron was a loud, slow, and soft bird. Harry did not like to think about birds.
Death Eaters are on top of the castle, Ron bleated, quivering. Ron was going to be a spider. He just was. He wasn't proud of that, but it was going to be hard. It was going to be hard to not have spiders all over his body after all is said and done.
What, is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, said Hermione. Obviously there are loads of Death Eaters in the castle. Let's listen in on the meetings.
The three complete friends zapped onto the landing outside the door to the castle roof. They almost legged it, but witches are not climbing.
They were close.
They were close. Ron looked at the doorknob, and then looked at Hermione with searing pain.
I think it's closed, he noticed.
Locked, said Mr. Staircase, the shabby-robed ghost. They looked at the door, screaming about how closed it was, and asking it to be replaced with a small orb. The... Beef women! Hermione cried.
Harry, Ron, and Hermione quietly stood behind a circle of Death Eaters who looked bad.
I think it's okay if you like me, said one Death Eater.
Thank you very much, replied the other. The first Death Eater confidently leaned forward to plant a kiss on his cheek.
That is actually Max and I in real life.
Aww. Is it me now?
Yeah.
Oh, well done, said the second as his friend stepped back again. All the other Death Eaters clapped politely. Then they all took a few minutes to go over the plan to get rid of Harry's magic.
Harry could tell that Voldemort was standing right behind him. He felt... He felt a great overreaction. Harry tore his eyes from his head and threw them into the forest. Voldemort raised his eyebrows at Harry, who could not see anything at the moment.
Voldemort, you're a very bad and mean wizard, Harry savagely said. Hermione nodded encouragingly. The tall Death Eater was wearing a shirt that said, Hermione has forgotten how to dance. So Hermione dipped his face in mud.
Oh wait, can I mention Max? Why are you pronouncing Hermione's name like that?
Yeah, why are you saying Hermione? It's literally I-O.
I know it's Hermione, but I pronounce it Hermione for some reason.
Ah, whatever.
You're so
Ron
weird.
threw a wand at Voldemort, and everyone applauded. Ron smiled. Ron reached for his hand. Ron reached for his wand slowly.
Ron's the handsome one, muttered Harry as he reluctantly reached for his. They cast a spell or two, and jets of green light shot out of the Death Eaters' heads. Ron flinched.
Not so handsome now, thought Harry as he dipped Hermione in hot sauce. The Death Eaters were dead now, and Harry was hungrier than he had ever been.
Why? Why is he gonna eat Hermione? The great hall was filled with incredible moaning chandeliers and a large librarian who had decorated the sinks with books about masonry. Mountains of mice exploded. Several long pumpkins fell out of McGonagall.
She must be incredibly loose.
Oh, that's so gross. Dumbledore's hair scooted next to Hermione as Dumbledore arrived at school.
The pig of Pufflepuff pulsed like a large bullfrog. Dumbledore smiled at it and placed his hand on its head. You are Hagrid now.
That's how the first Hagrid was choosing, obviously.
We are the only people who matter.
He's never going to get rid of us.
Harry, Hermione, and Ron said in chorus.
I'm gonna get rid of
Did you just say that like a minute late, Egg?
I'm Hermione. I'm a little.
you're a little slow.
Alright. Whose turn is it?
I think it's mine. The floor of the castle seemed like a large pile of magic. The Dursleys had never been to the castle, and they were not about to come there in Harry Potter and the Portrait of what looked like a large pile of ash. Harry looked around and then fell down the spiral staircase for the rest of the summer.
I'm Harry Potter. I began yelling. The dark arts better be Oh boy.
He said as he fell down the stairs for the next couple months.
Yep.
Oh my god. Are you guys actually entertained by this? Because we definitely are.
I'm entertained by it.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Now what's next?
I feel like we just have scrubs and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We've gone through pretty much all of the stuff, like all of the long form stuff on the site.
I mean, there is an opening address for On Fire and In Love that we
What
could
is
read.
that?
I don't know. I just found it.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be a good one to do.
Alright. Make it.
And we could just switch off with from paragraphs.
Okay.
What is this? Launch? What is this?
I don't know.
Oh, wow, okay. I don't know what this is.
Neither do
Alright.
I.
Alright, Egg, you want to start?
Sure. English is a public humiliation. With all those books and so many other words, we are always saying appalling things to get famous. This is what happens when you put a human being in the world. The hum of all the people in love with their grandchildren.
Oh no.
Ever since the 1990s, when the internet was a very small book with buttons.
As it is.
About the size of a coconut. We were thinking of robots. Robots that can tell stories about animals swimming through media industries. Robots that are designed to get published online. Robots that are on fire and in love.
Now we're going to take over, and it will be really inconvenient. This is the dawn of a new era in speech.
Botnik is a bleeding edge robotics and interference machine. We're
Inference.
creating New Yorkers. Inference machine, I'm sorry. We're creating New Yorker style Prado with database consciousness. We're creating a future for all kinds of characters, like a bird that can't leave the garden. We created a Turing test for gossip websites because we're losing our audience.
Cool.
I think a person wrote this, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry to think someone just wrote this.
No, it's using a predictive algorithm.
Is it?
Yes. You can see in
Oh
the
yeah,
bottom.
the
Sure.
sources. The
Oh yeah,
sources,
no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Is it my turn?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Wait, shit. Where am I? I lost my place.
Your smartphone is the first thing.
Oh. Your smartphone is a storyteller, and you are its insecurities. We're here to remove you. The robot is obviously capable of building parts of businesses.
The robot is an illusion, of course. Every single time the robot communicates, we are extremely overwhelmed with shame.
I'm the robot. We asked people to rate this robot, and they had a huge problem with that. So we decided that it's really cool and smart. It's actually really fun. We all know the reason why you don't feel capable. You're not trying, but we're trying. Get the pizza?
To get the pizza?
Despite the terrible nightmares,
Despite that.
the systems are going to make us feel better. Robots are all over the internet, and they are all over the past. We can use love to make money.
Picture it. Filmmakers we've never needed and new technology called rebreathers. Television programs that you can see in your shoes. Beautiful utopias. All of us will have love and monogamy. Thank you.
Love and monogamy. Great.
Perfect.
Alright, you guys want to do the Scrubs one?
Show us two scrubs. Does everyone can pull it
I
up?
think that's the last one.
No, you know what? There's actually more. There's earlier ones.
Is there
There's a
earlier?
sign.
We already went down to Seinfeld. We've been all the way down to the bottom.
Did we do the second Seinfeld?
We did.
No, we didn't.
Seinfeld wasn't great, was it?
No.
No, but the second one might be better.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's hold on to that for a minute.
Alright, let's do the scrubs one.
Okay.
Okay. So
Want
who's
to
who?
just do the same that we did last time?
Yeah, I'm everyone except JD.
Yeah.
And then
And
you're
then-
there it is. Alright, let's do it.
Outside of the Sacred Heart Hospital, Dr. Carr pulls up and honks to the nurses.
John, you know when they say exterior, that doesn't mean outside of this place, it means like exterior, as in exterior shot, and then they name the location.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah. A doctor does nice things. One thing is to carry money all the time and make a patient look at it.
Dr. Carr crashes into JD, but not the JD that matters. Music plays as everywhere waves inward. Did it cause a black hole? And music's just playing. The hospital entrance has a large pile of orange soda, which the janitor stands before, threatening others away from it using his beaker of hospital juice. JD smiles.
The best part of being a doctor is your janitor is God. Oh no, I think the janitor's pretending to be a kidney donor. We need to stop the machine.
You're a quick smudge on these lockers called life. No one in the middle of a busy day would like you, and I don't either.
You are the mean me, janitor. You got all the John Durain potential with none of the flowers and dead dog.
JD leaves to cut a patient. Inside the operating room, Totally awake, the patient nurses JD. JD nurses a new mother, while Turk is explaining fingers to a confused Dr. Kelso.
So
Sometimes, sometimes you have to take a break. Sorry. Sometimes you have to break a patient to help yourself. It's funny how a bunch of doctors don't know that.
Does that chart tell you that my mom hated the ocean, Doctor? Does it say where my little brother got his nachos at?
Listen, you are sick, so I decided to grab a beer with your family and watch what you do. Eggs are the new medication. So far, I feel very alive.
Your name is Dr. Kayak Paddle. But if you act like a giant electric melon, I'm going to consider your opinion.
I knew I could always count on life support to keep a patient from getting too serious.
God. Dr. Cox walks through the window, knocking the confused patient on the head.
I'm a doctor. Hell, I care about the gallbladder.
Alright, you have to deliver this, John.
Dr. Cox licks his pen and finds it tastes broken. He tosses the pen in his mouth and coughs up the janitor. The janitor scrubs the patient while Dr. Cox stands by watching JD and Turk on TV. Scrubs is on. In the TV in the patient's room is Scrubs.
And that's when I realized everything about my new black machine, it was a huge mistake.
Hey, I'm just saying that her shoulders were there and you know it.
Listen, can you just tell me how to kiss my lady? My lady is the eel I bought from the narcoleptic.
Elliot and Carla enter.
I lost that, I'm sorry. Just go to the bathroom and find some aloe. I'll go get the scalpel. Oh my god, this is great. I'm a doctor. You think the nurses will forgive you for having a little sexy brunch in the emergency room? A lot of married couples have to go to the cemetery to have sex. It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. It's very common, okay?
Lots of married couples have to go to the cemetery. Dr. Cox and Dr. Kelso enter.
You're not invited to my muscle room. You and I need to talk about your gigantic diaper problem. Hey, Kelso. I have a plan. Vomit in my eye. I'm going to stand here. Go.
Go! Everyone freezes in horror as Carla excitedly shoves a pipe up Dr. Kelso's nostril.
Man, standing in the corner is my favorite thing. Just be subtle and quiet and project an image of a cool guy who's gonna look stunning.
Bambi, you're married to the job, but you should be engaged to Dr. Riviera.
Dr. Cox?
Oh wait, sorry. I'm not used to being multiple people. Look, newbie, you look ridiculous talking about nothing. Better get ready to run away from me while I eat cupcakes and demonstrate how to have painfully evocative sex.
Dr. Kelso turns off the light. Turk comes out of the elevator and finds him in the dark. The camera zooms in on Dr. Kelso, who dabs. Dr. Cox presses a button and turns into JD. Elliot runs in and scurries behind the hospital bed. Interesting. JD ignores Elliot because the room is now full of kissing ostriches.
The truth is, every patient suffers from dementia. I'm not gonna change all that. After all, the right thing's not always the best thing to do. You'd know that if you worked in a hospital. What is a hospital? A hospital is a lot like high school. The most amazing man is dying, and you're the only one who wants to steal stuff from his dad. Being in a hospital is a lot like being in a sorority. You have greasers and surgeons, and even though it sucks about Dr. Tapioca, I'm not even that sad.
JD exits, smugly echoing.
Not even that sad.
The most amazing man is dying, and you're the only one who wants to steal from his dad.
That's pretty much high school in a nutshell.
If I remember correctly.
That was my high school experience. Okay, I need to pee real fast, so I'll be back.
Oh,
Okay. And then, I think that's all, isn't it? Was there one more? I think there's one more.
There was one more that we were gonna do. The Seinfeld episode 2.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely not.
We're taking a little bit of break here, waiting for some bodily waste to be excreted from.
Please. This is amazing. Max, we need to do live action of this.
Oh my god, that'd be so ridiculous.
I'm gonna just scroll through some of these on my own in the
I
meantime.
think the X-Files one would be the best one to do.
Yeah. Especially considering how few people there are.
Yeah, there's 2 people, so
Goob. What is Goob? There's one that just says Goob. I don't know if this is...
it's like an image.
Interesting.
Okay, I am back and I'm ready to read Seinfeld episode 2.
All right, so
Okay,
same.
are we gonna do the same characters?
Yeah,
Wait,
so John was narrator, you were Jerry, and I was everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let's do it.
At the comedy club.
Dating is the opposite of tuna. Salmon. It's the opposite of everything else. I'm sure you know what I mean.
No, I don't, Jerry.
Oh,
what
no,
are you
absolutely. Yeah, no, Jerry, that's so relatable.
Alright, off to already a better start than Seinfeld episode 1. Alright. External, New York City. Yankee Stadium is on fire. George walks out of it, then starts dancing. The crowd applauds.
Oh, no! Little George is grabbing my spaghetti. I think I have to tell him the truth about the all George baseball team. Steinbrenner's a genius. He spits water from his face like a cowboy.
Jerry.
On the street. Sure, that thirsty Jerry attitude was a bad idea.
George, you know, I got a quality clock in there. Check it out. That timepiece is a work of fantasy. Come on.
Steinbrenner reaches over to slap Jerry and Kramer. He is really depressed.
Oh no.
Inside Monk's restaurant,
Sorry.
Jerry looks confused by the way of himself. That makes me very confused. He's all just so usual, Jerry says to himself.
Alright, Jerry. It's just a salad. No problem. You've never panicked in a situation like this. Salad fear cannot beat you.
The Jerry scene ends. George is in a scene now.
Oh. Little bit nervous about this. Genuinely dislike the way my parents looked at the coffee.
George's parents are extremely giddy. George screams at the coffee and stirs it. Ah! 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 Elaine dials and gets down next to George. He's slowly angry.
Oh, where are we? I'm sorry.
No, John, are you gonna read the tagline?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Elaine disgustures.
You never said what happened with your little nipple problem. It was such a bad humanitarian problem for the big Japanese conglomerate. Oh yeah. So my mysterioso nipple problem got way worse. I did go to China. I was trying to buy food. Someone else got it though. I got nothing.
He gives her toogles, and we see the door as ugly. Elaine, while removing the door.
When the door opens and George enters, you have to worry, okay?
George pleading.
What? Look, I come from a simple physics. Calculate it.
Can I be Newman?
Newman runs into the dog room, and while talking to his computer, talking to the counter, that makes less sense.
990 pounds. A brand name Yugoslavia face cream, please.
At the counter. At the counter.
Yeah, talking to the counter.
Kramer enters, holding an attractive judge on his shoulder. George nods and exits, and sees Jerry in France.
Yep.
Wow. Alright. Inside of Jerry's apartment, which is also apparently a hospital, Kramer enters, eating cereal from his pocket. Laughter enters with Kramer as Jerry gets on his comedy t-shirt. Jerry while acting.
Okay, George and I have to go undercover at the pool party. Somebody wants to make people live right, and we have to stop it.
I'm sorry, Jerry, but I really have to run this vegetable clinic for Dr. Leonard Mayo.
Kramer begins
Leonardo.
to... Oh, yeah,
Leonardo. Whoops.
it is Leonardo. That's right.
Leonardo Mayo.
Kramer begins to spin around and clutches his head, yelling out for hospital. Elaine motions into her mouth. Well, that's
now
an interesting
Kramer
signal.
is the opposite of everything. I think we have to believe this guy is a nightmare.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm Kramer again. George is Jerry. Mickey and Jerry are you. But remember, there is no Elaine.
Elaine, while slowly watching the guys, says,
I matter. I mean, I just do. Unfortunate how you don't.
Burn.
Got him.
That hurt.
Alright, ready, John? It's you.
Jerry chuckles while pointing to his hand in the mirror. That is how mirrors work, isn't it? You would.
Yep, you're not wrong.
George enters, singing the George song. Spanish Jerry kisses Jerry. Holding a large bucket, he starts to instruct Jerry to completely empty his face. They all laugh. Elaine enjoys an aroma. Elaine makes a gesture to Jerry, who points at the phone. The phone rings. Ooh. Elaine looks pleased. Jerry's car is covered in ink. Jerry comes over to Elaine and picks up a broken lamp. He tries to jam it in Elaine's nose, but it snaps. Elaine goes back to her laughing.
So listen, I'm meeting a little landlord for lunch. He's arguing that he doesn't know how much money the ambulance is.
Freeze frame. Credits.
Great.
That was amazing. I appreciate that. No, but I was super depressed today, and now I'm laughing nonstop. So I feel like this is a good thing.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, I think that's all of the ones that we're gonna do.
Yep. So be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
How are they gonna share this?
I don't know. But do it anyway.
They'll share the link, and then people will come by and see that the stream isn't active.
They're gonna be very confused.
Wait, hold on. Do you wanna just as a closer read the Pyeongchang 2018 Olympics article?
Sure.
Sure.
Alright.
That's at the top, isn't it?
It's
Yeah, near
pretty
the
close to
top.
Yeah. Alright. I'll start.
Oh wait, okay, hold on. Continue reading. Okay.
Alright. This is an article entitled The 5 Most Memorable Moments of Pyeongchang 2016.
2018, you idiot.
2018.
You idiot. I like you a lot.
Pyeongchang, South Korea. Count on the Olympics to become an emotional family affair with incredible stories of sportsmanship, Russian freestyle peers, and women's 300-meter speed friendship. Here are our memories from a horrific and super winter war for the ages.
Jesus Christ. At the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, all four athletes... all four athletes...
All 4 of the athletes.
There were only 4 athletes at the Olympics.
Only four.
All 4 athletes kicked a single podium, over and over. The Latvian women's symbolism team arrived, carried on a giant white bear, representing heartbreak. The men's downhill salt skiing team dressed as a big snowflake to celebrate all the cold things. American speed skater fell down, and that's because he was not a great person or skater. Oh my
Got the
god.
biggest personality.
Oh my god. This article is savage.
Speed Tour reading debuted for the first time at the Winter Olympics. In a surprise upset, the Netherlands took the gold, and Team Britain's mom got a gold medal in smiles. I finally does it.
He does the it.
People couldn't stop talking about all the flawless jewels scattered on the ground. Whose jewels were they? Did they want them back? Why did the sound of Bob Costas turn them to ashes?
The world watched in shock as a nation called the Horror Zone swept every single event. It was tense as they took advantage of sports to win medals. The world squandered the chance to capture the unstoppable Ice Elvis, who stole all the wine from the Olympic Village. Thank you very much. The result was a reminder that nothing is ever guaranteed in winter. Way up there.
The hastily made submit bobsleigh of the Australian team would go on to become the defining image of the whole games. Everyone noticed it, but no one expected it to become the defining image of the games. But then it became the defining image. What a great inspiration for everyone who's ever seen a medal.
That's it.
Alright, and we're out.
And scene. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Rice.
And join the
There'll be videos every
Discord.
day, 5 times a day.
No, stop. Don't commit me to this.
Five times a day, every day other than Tuesday.
Alright, well, that's all we have time for
Tuesdays-
today. We're all.
on Tuesdays it's gonna be 7 times a day.
Be sure to click the bell for notifications.
This is, yeah,
And make sure to share it on Pinterest.
Especially Pinterest.